Anyway, back to what I was saying, last day here. As you can see, there's a few things, like my door. I'll explain that one later. SWAT team. I had a panic attack. I'm a disabled veteran, and I locked myself in my room after having an argument with my wife. This room, at this end of the apartment, and she had the rest of the place to go. She took the keys and she left. I have a panic attack. I can't leave the room. I start to feel delusional, so I shut myself into a confined space where I can control myself like the VA taught me to do. They say, if you know you're having a problem, go to a confined place in your home. You can do that. So I tried to do that. Yeah, they hit it pretty hard. Battering ram and a shield guy from the SWAT team. They threw in a flashbang here, burnt the carpet where my dog's at, where my dog's house is at. He wasn't here. I was the only one in the house. I didn't even know that my wife had left until after things got bad. So here, I retreated into here, because as panic attacks go, you want to get to a smaller and smaller confined space. So I got in my bathroom, because by this time the police were saying they had to talk to me, but I didn't understand why. And I asked if I broke any laws for hours, almost 2-3 hours, and they wouldn't leave, but they wouldn't give me the reason that they were coming. So, and I was delusional, I know that, and I was having a panic attack. I locked the door and I tried to get out once. I came in, I took a shower. There's still baby powder on the thing. I'll explain that. I asked for one person that I knew, Mike Casey. He's a Barberton police officer that I know is an honest man, and he's a good man. And I asked for him, and they did bring him. And I was in there with my light on, but they had killed the power to everything else. Well, when I came out, it was black here with a spotlight, and they were, like this. And I opened the door, and I had my hands, both of them out in front of me like this, and I looked out and I could spotlight it like a deer, and I really got scared because I thought they were going to shoot me. And I told them I didn't have anything on. They had cut the power and stuff while I was taking a shower, so I was naked. I could have got dressed probably, but I wasn't thinking on that level. I was laying in my bed here almost all the time that they kept talking to me, and the more they talked to me, the more panicked I got, and the more delusional I got, and the more afraid I got to open that door, because I didn't know, at that point I didn't know. And all I know is I'm non-aggressive. I'm a pacifist. So I laid down on the bed with my arms spread out, like so, and one leg to each side, and I didn't have nothing on. They could tell I had no weapons or anything like that. I talked to them. I told them I didn't want to hurt anybody. I never threatened anybody. I didn't mean anybody any harm, and I wasn't a harm to myself, which was my issue. If I'm not a harm to anybody, myself or whatever, what does it matter what my religious beliefs are? Because I believe in ascension, because I believe in some things that are called New Age, out-of-body experiences, which is what I was trying to get across to my wife in that conversation. Just that they work, not that she had to do them. Just, how married couples argue, right? But we've been together for 13 years. Of course we're going to argue. Difference is, because I'm a disabled veteran, mentally disabled, when I argue with my wife, other things happen. I only wanted to get away and seclude myself. So I got as far away from my wife as I could, and I locked myself in. Then I tried the bathroom. I cut out the power, and then I really panicked. Back to the bathroom. They'd cut the power on me while I was in the shower trying to calm down. Again, smallest space that I could find that I had control of, and there's like baby powder everywhere that, you know, I was like shooting it around and stuff, because by that time I was just totally assured that they were going to come to kill me. I hadn't done anything to anybody. They wouldn't tell me of any crime that I was supposed to be committed. I asked them repeatedly for hours that. I asked them to leave my home, please. And they said they couldn't because they had to talk to me. They always had to talk to me. But anyway, after I came out and seen the gun looking at me, I went back in and just laid down in bed. And I was exhausted because I usually go to bed about 8 o'clock at night, and this was well after midnight, so they'd kept me there almost 3 or 4 hours. I was just kind of standing up for a man's right to be a disabled vet's got to live somewhere. He's got to have a home. I did what the vet told me to do. I didn't threaten anybody. There might have been misunderstandings, and I'm not saying that the SWAT team are bad people or they did evil things, or, you know, this is a conspiracy, or, you know, any of that kind of crazy stuff. Okay, they viewed me as a threat because I'm a martial artist, and Mike Casey, who I called, knew that. But I called him not because he knew that I knew martial arts, because he would understand, at least, and somebody would be their witness that I knew was honest and knew that I was a nonviolent individual. I've never promoted violence at all, ever, and he knows this. I even teached him on the side. We went to the same school together and studied together and everything else. So that's why I wanted him. I felt I could trust him, at least his honesty. So I do believe in the honesty of the system in some cases. I just don't know why it had to be like this. Why couldn't they treat a disabled vet with compassion and just understand that you're taught from the VA to, if you're having a problem, stay at home and get a hold of somebody, let somebody know. To me, my only problem was an argument with my wife. Until I shut the door and I started hearing the voices out there, which were the police, and I thought my wife was still out there. I didn't know anybody had left or nothing. I had locked myself in the bedroom, you know, at the end of the argument verbally with her. So anyway, I don't know what this is for, but I made it while I'm still here because this is my last day, and it heartbreaks me because we've lost our apartment. My wife lost her job. No one will rent to us. I have money, plenty of money to live on, and I live within my means, but no one will rent to me. I have poor credit, of course. Like I said, when you're mentally ill, you've made some bad choices as well. You know, I haven't had any help or support. I've made it on my own for 20 years this way. But, you know, depression. 20 years ago, I tried to commit suicide. I admit it. But I'm not